Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off locally here in Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister is not ruling out the possibility of an expanded U.S. military presence here in Trinidad and Tobago following her meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump next week, God's willing. Well, this week, God's willing, because today is Sunday. However, the Prime Minister is seeking to reassure citizens that any such arrangement would not grant foreign soldiers authority over citizens. I mean, we're supposed to understand and know that. But anyhow, what I'm saying is the Prime Minister shouldn't have to explain that to the population. My response, just a few days ago, India's Prime Minister Modi boldly defied all his close allies, China, Russia, and declared that he stands with Israel, which is something that will result in great blessings falling upon his nation and peoples. It has happened throughout biblical history. Likewise, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar will be blessed for supporting our American allies, even though the media and regional leaders condemn her for doing so. She's boldly standing alone, and I'm proud of her for doing that, even though I disagree with her on other issues. Hopefully, the time will come when Kamala will develop a closer relationship with Israel. Don't allow Akash and the media to place any fear or doubts in your heart, my dear fellow Trinidadians. America has no intention of colonizing our nation. The U.S. military is here to protect our territory in case radical communists attempt to invade or attack us. And that's the same thing happens throughout the Middle East as well, people. There are American bases and a lot of Arab countries. You think they're studying about colonialism and stuff like that? No, because they all knew that Iran was a threat to their own sovereignty in those respective Arab nations. And that's why they sought the help of the Americans and asked them place bases in our countries so as to be able to deter the Iranians from attacking and to protect us to an extent. Only God can protect completely. Nevertheless, if the Arab nations could seek the help of the Americans, why shouldn't we as well? Don't go anywhere. More local, regional, and international news up next.
So are you saying we are at the mercy of the U.S.?
We are not at the mercy of anyone except the good Lord. We can say no, we can say yes, but we are operating within the law.
But the Prime Minister did say that the SOFA arrangement is working well for this country in some areas. Then the Prime Minister said something about the radar in Tobago that we heard for the first time.
You know, they're paying $3 million a day for that radar. Not us. They are paying that. Therefore, they kept some of their military personnel there to ensure that the radar would be safe, it would be able to continue working, it would not be sabotaged.
Kamala Persad-Bissessar said that fee is not paid to this country and later clarified that the $3 million per day is the operating cost the U.S. incurs for salaries for the people manning the equipment, accommodation for them in Tobago, and for the radar's upkeep. That means in the 93 days since the radar was first publicly detected to now, the U.S., using the PM's figures, would have spent around $279 million so far on the Tobago radar. The Prime Minister could not say how many U.S. military personnel are currently in the country, only that some are leaving in March. But what Persad-Bissessar did know for sure is that these American military people will not have authority over citizens here.
No, you mean to lock up TT? No. Whatever they may, from their intelligence that they may gather, my understanding and what I've been told is that they will advise the TTPS, who will then pursue. There was a drug bust not too long ago. It was their intelligence that allowed our TTPS to go in. So they can't come and arrest you unless if you coffin them down or something.
The PM doubled down, saying she has no regrets for entering into this partnership with the U.S. military.
The U.S. and Israel launched a major attack on Saturday, with President Donald Trump calling on the Iranian public to seize control of your destiny and rise up against the Ayatollah, which has ruled the nation since 1979, before I was even born. The first major advisory from the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs following rapidly escalating conflict in the Middle East is a call for Trinidad and Tobago nationals in the region to remain indoors. In the Middle East we're talking about, not here in Trinidad and Tobago, in the Middle East, to remain indoors and avoid all travel as hostilities intensify. Now, of course, I did say yesterday in my news report that I heard online, I saw online that Israel did strike Iran. I did not know at that point in time how major it would have been, how significant it would have been. My response, I am thankful that Donald Trump decided to keep his promise to the Iranian people, even if it ends up being to a limited extent. So far, it doesn't seem to be limited though. But nevertheless, from what I saw last night, it was quite major, and that's good. Hopefully, he finishes the job this time. As many of us, including Amr Safati, who is a Jew, but he's a Christian Jew, and a teacher of the gospel. He says he's not a pastor, but he's a teacher of the gospel. So as many of us, including Amr Safati, were hoping Trump was playing for time while officials and American citizens were evacuated from the Middle East and waited for the U.S. powerful military to arrive in important strategic areas in order to carry out a successful attack. I hope Trinis and others in the Caribbean realize that the Ayatollah is attacking their own Arab allies in the UAE, I believe even in Bahrain and so forth, right? So I hope Trinis and others in the Caribbean realize that the Ayatollah is attacking their own Arab allies during this conflict, even though the leaders of those nations advised Trump not to attack Iran. Hopefully Trump and Israel finish the job this time. The Ministry of Culture and Community Development successfully concluded its community outreach yesterday at Enchanted Gardens New Grant. The initiative aimed to bring various agency services directly to the community, covering such areas such as utility assistance and social support. That's what we need. We need a lot more assistance in the communities itself. The event featured participation from several government departments and provided a platform for community networking and registration for various state programs. I hope, as I continue to say, I hope the Kamala Prasad administration will expand the program, especially in maintenance. Yes, we closed down CPEP and URP, which I agree with because there was too much corruption taking place. But you need to expand the program to ensure that a whole lot more laborers, thousands we need, probably over 6,000 laborers we need, maintenance workers, to ensure that people are provided with jobs, and it's still meaningful jobs. Those are essential jobs in my opinion. And also to be able to maintain our drains, clean our drains and our roadways and so forth. Minister of Education, Dr. Michael Dowlath, says that no instructions were issued by his ministry to teachers or other members of staff to pay for services under the Employee Assistance Program. So I guess once again, PNM is pushing false information in the public domain. Minister Dowlath assured that the government remains committed to supporting the well-being of teachers and all members of staff. Regional news up next.
In this regard, Mr. Speaker, when we assumed office, we inherited arrears, substantial arrears, covering the period 2023-2024 and up to May 2025. Mr. Speaker, these inherited arrears have been settled at $1,145,250. Mr. Speaker, concerns raised by teachers and staff may therefore have arisen in the context of these historically outstanding payments, rather than as a result of any direct issue by the ministry. The ministry has ensured that the outstanding payments have been made and the normal service arrangements restored under the program. Mr. Speaker, the ministry remains fully committed to supporting the well-being of teachers and staff and to ensuring that the EAP program services are delivered reliably and in accordance with established contractual and administrative arrangements. Thank you.
Adolescent mothers at the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation in St. Andrew were yesterday encouraged not to give up on their dreams, but to pursue them with confidence and determination during a conversation with famed actress and director Felicia Rashad. Rashad, who is visiting Jamaica for Ply for the Arts inaugural visionary salon, coaxed the young mothers into sharing the aspirations before advising them of the responsibility and discipline it would take to rebuild after experiencing setbacks. Yes, people, and you can still further your studies even though you have children. The dreams that you've expressed require that you want to see your dreams realized. You have to have that desire within you. You don't want it to be just a dream. You want it to be a reality. You have what it takes to make that so. You have that fire. Because Jamaicans have that fire, stated Rashad, who is revered in the United States as everyone's television mom for her iconic portrayal of Claire Huxtable on the 1980s sitcom The Cosby Show. I grew up loving that show. Declaring that there was something unique about Jamaican society, she contended that this trait already puts the girls ahead. Entrepreneurship is alive and growing in Barbados. 4-H clubs and AgroFest visitors are getting a first-hand look. Barbados today met members of the Holders Hill Community 4-H Club and Western United Stars 4-H Club as they proudly displayed their products, including an award-winning snack. That is what the youths need to get involved in, whether it's here in Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Barbados, across the Caribbean. Get involved in positive activities instead of going on the streets and joining gangs and so forth.
My name is Kamaria Boys and my business name is Couture Treats.
Okay, can you tell us some of the things that you have here on sale?
Today I have a variety of sugar cakes. I have orange sugar cake. I have orange ginger sugar cake. I have
Orange sugar cake.
That one a metal at Nifta. I have orange, pink strawberry, citrus bliss,
Carrot ginger.
carrot ginger. That's it.
Right.
And then we have a variety of cakes. I have passion fruit bliss cakes with also one a metal at Nifta, plain cake, pineapple rum, and Bailey's chocolate Bailey's cake.
Right.
How old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
And what made you decide to start your own business at such a young age?
Well, I grew up in 4-H, and as I grew older, I started to develop the love for baking, so I decided to start my own business.
And I understand, as you just said, you won a NIFCA medal from your
Passion
fruit
fruit bliss cake.
okay, and how did that make you feel?
It made me feel okay. I was going for a higher
She wanted a higher medal.
medal, but I was grateful.
Come home for me.
Yeah. Hi.
Tell me how you feel about your daughter being able to showcase her talent.
I'm very proud because I must commend Miss Lynette Phoenix Walker. She's our forest leader, Porter Community Forest leader, and she always pushes us to be entrepreneurs, to strive to be better and to improve our.
The payroll problem in the Ministry of Health in Grenada is incompetence. That was the word used to describe the lack of performance of those officers in the Ministry of Health who are charged with the responsibility to ensure that vector control workers are paid. You know, like that was happening under the PNM here in Trinidad and Tobago. But no one, including the mainstream media, used to be remembering it until now that PNM is out of office. Now everyone knows that people aren't getting paid on time. A high-ranking member of the service made the comment to the New Today media against the backdrop of the strike action taken by several vector control officers who had not been paid salaries for some months or short-changed. Wow. So it's either not getting paid or you ain't getting paid your full salary. You had to do better than that, though. Prime Minister, I can't remember his name right now. According to the official, the payroll issue now being experienced has nothing to do with the new system being implemented by the Ministry of Finance to process the payments, but the fault lies totally with the Ministry of Health. So everybody blaming each other. PNM used to like to do that a lot when they were in office. A proud day for Maya, Guana, and all of Mical in the Bahamas as the island's new 3,300 square foot airport is officially commissioned. The fully air-conditioned facility features seating, vendor space, and an on-site ambulance, part of a 14-airport expansion initiative. Remember those small islands like the Bahamas and so forth, they depend on tourism to generate revenue. Officials say this marks the beginning of a renaissance for Maya, Guana. Prime Minister Mark Phillips officially declared the inaugural One Guyana Karate Championship open following a directive from President Dr. Irfan Ali, who is out of the jurisdiction. The two-day event, February 28th to March 1st, features a wide range of fields with categories ranging from under 9 to senior adults. In a move to professionalize the local circuit, the championship will not only crown national champions, but also offer cash prizes and medalists. That's incentive, people. A significant shift intended to incentivize elite performance. The tournament is being viewed as a cornerstone investment in youth empowerment and the long-term development of karate as a premier sport within Guyana. And this is what I would love to see, what is taking place in Guyana. They're using so many different programs and initiatives to target the youth. And we need to do a whole lot more of that here in Trinidad and Tobago if we want to get our youths out of gang culture and back into positive activities in our communities. International news now. President Trump says Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei is dead. And you know the thing about it is Iranians are celebrating. And there are many other individuals throughout the Middle East that are celebrating. Meanwhile, here in the Caribbean, people are opposing what America and Israel did, the actions that were taken by those two superpower nations. You have to really wonder what it is with our Caribbean people. I mean, a lot of leftist activists and jihadists, even in America and Europe, are protesting as well. But the Iranian people, the vast majority of the Iranian people, are celebrating their liberation or potential liberation because it isn't over just yet. A particular Iranian sent a message to Donald Trump. The person said, for every single American who voted for President Donald Trump, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. God bless President Trump. God bless the U.S. military. And God bless America. We can't wait until Iran is free. And we can welcome you back to our country with open arms and be the allies that we used to be before the Ayatollah regime took over our country in 1979. That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much. And God bless America. The Iranian citizen concluded. The 2026 Camel Beauty Show. I never even knew it had a beauty show for camels. Festival has been hit by a major scandal after 20 camels were disqualified for receiving cosmetic enhancements. Organizers removed the animals from the competition after specialized medical screenings revealed the use of Botox injections, lip fillers, and other surgical procedures. You're doing that on animals, boy. These enhancements are strictly forbidden under the festival's rules. It should be forbidden in general, which aim to preserve the natural beauty and heritage of the animals. The crackdown on tampered camels involves the use of advanced technology, including X-rays and ultrasound machines, to detect artificial changes. Judges look for natural characteristics such as the shape of the head, the placement of the hump, and the size of the lips. When Botox is injected to smooth out facial features or fillers are used to inflate the nose and lips, it is considered a serious violation of the competition's integrity. I didn't even know there was a competition like that. Now, isn't that an interesting fact? Ow!
Welcome to Real Conservative News. Travel segment Chongqing is a sprawling 5D mountain city in China, renowned for its vertical architecture, cyberpunk atmosphere, and intense, spicy cuisine. As a massive, multi-layered metropolis, it features attractions like trains passing through buildings, the dazzling Hongya Cave, and the Yangtze River Cableway. It offers a surreal, affordable, and at times confusing urban adventure, best visited in autumn.
Folks, that brings us to the end of today's news report. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.